Welcome to the Bible Stories with Gian channel. We will discuss in this video the story of Joseph in the Bible, from slave to ruler. Guess being betrayed by your own blood, left to rot as a slave, only to rise from despair to a throne of power. This is the story of Joseph, of divine purpose, forgiveness, and unshakable faith. Join us as we uncover one of the most astonishing tales in the Bible, a story that shows how even in the darkest moments, there is a purpose beyond our understanding. In the book of Genesis, Joseph is introduced as the favored son of Jacob, also known as Israel. Born in Jacob's old age and to his beloved wife Rachel, Joseph held a special place in his father's heart. Jacob's love for Joseph was so evident that he gifted him a beautiful, multicolored robe, a symbol of his favoritism. But while Joseph saw this as a gift, his brothers viewed it as a painful reminder of their father's preference. Their jealousy began to simmer, growing into resentment and eventually hatred. Adding to this tension were Joseph's dreams, visions that foretold his future authority over his brothers. In one dream, Joseph saw his brothers' sheaves of grain bowing down to his own. In another, even the sun, moon, and stars bowed before him. When he shared these dreams, his brothers were outraged. Could their younger brother truly believe he would one day rule over them? These dreams became the breaking point, and soon their jealousy would turn into betrayal. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers who were tending their flocks far from home. Seeing their opportunity, the brothers plotted against him. They threw him into a pit, planning to leave him for dead. But as fortune, or divine intervention, would have it, a caravan of Ishmaelite traders passed by. Instead of killing him, the brothers sold Joseph into slavery for 20 pieces of silver. Joseph was taken to Egypt and sold to Potiphar, a high-ranking officer in Pharaoh's court. Despite his dire circumstances, Joseph remained steadfast, serving diligently. God's favor was with him, and Potiphar soon noticed Joseph's exceptional abilities. Potiphar placed Joseph in charge of his household, and under Joseph's management, everything flourished. But Joseph's trials were not over. Potiphar's wife noticed Joseph's good looks and attempted to seduce him. Day after day, Joseph resisted, unwilling to betray his master or sin against God. Frustrated, she falsely accused Joseph of assault, and he was thrown into prison. It seemed that, once again, Joseph's life had spiraled into darkness. Yet even in prison, God's favor was with him. The prison warden took notice of Joseph's integrity and placed him in charge of the other prisoners. Though he was behind bars, Joseph's spirit remained unbroken. While in prison, Joseph encountered Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker, both of whom had troubling dreams. Joseph, with God-given wisdom, interpreted their dreams accurately, foretelling the cupbearer's release and the baker's execution. Joseph asked the cupbearer to remember him upon his release, but he was forgotten once more. 2 years later, Pharaoh himself had a series of disturbing dreams. Visions of 7 healthy cows devoured by 7 gaunt ones, and 7 full heads of grain swallowed by withered ones. None of Pharaoh's advisors could interpret the dreams, but the cupbearer finally remembered Joseph. Joseph was brought before Pharaoh, and he humbly explained that God alone provided the meaning. The dreams were a warning. Egypt would experience 7 years of abundance, followed by 7 years of severe famine. Pharaoh, moved by Joseph's wisdom, appointed him second in command over all of Egypt. Joseph, the once forgotten prisoner, now held a position of immense power, second only to Pharaoh himself. He oversaw the storage of grain during the years of plenty, ensuring that Egypt would survive the famine. His faith and endurance had led him from a pit to a palace. As famine spread throughout the region, even Joseph's family in Canaan felt its effects. Jacob sent his sons to Egypt to buy grain, unaware that their once-abandoned brother would be their salvation. When Joseph saw his brothers, He recognized them instantly, though they did not know him. Rather than reveal himself immediately, he tested them to see if they had changed. When Joseph finally revealed his identity, he did so with tears of forgiveness. "Do not be distressed or angry with yourselves," he told them. "It was not you who sent me here, but God. He used your betrayal to place me where I am today, to save many lives." Joseph's words were filled with grace, revealing his understanding of God's greater plan. The story of Joseph is one of faith, resilience, and forgiveness. Though he faced betrayal, hardship, and injustice, Joseph held fast to his belief in God's purpose for his life. From the pit to the palace, he never lost sight of the possibility that his suffering might have a greater purpose. His life teaches us that even in our darkest moments, there is hope and purpose. As Joseph's family settled in Egypt, saved from famine, he demonstrated that true power lies not in revenge, but in forgiveness. His journey is a reminder that our lives, too, are woven into a divine tapestry, and that God's faithfulness endures even when all seems lost. If this story of resilience and faith has inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more incredible Bible stories that reveal the power of faith and forgiveness. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Take care. God bless you all.